A very good afternoon, I bid to all. My name is TRESHIE anak SABANG, and I'm from SK METHODIST KAPIT. So today I would like to share one of my action research entitled Incorporating Voltar to Foster Young Learners' Vocabulary. As we all know, vocabulary makes a big effect on students. Without strong vocabulary, they can't master the language itself. And therefore, I believe that through interesting and simple way of teaching in the classroom, pupils will be able to master English effectively. Without further ado, let's move to the next stage of the presentation. So in my presentation, I will touch on the problem statement, how Voltar can enrich the vocabulary learning. Next, method, instrument, and data analysis, as well as strength and limitation of Voltar. So we move to the first stage, the problem statement. So words are essential in widening our box of thoughts. So as we believe, when there's no word, there's no communication, there's no interaction. So Wilkins wrote that while without grammar, very little can be conveyed, without vocabulary, nothing can be conveyed. So in order to create a student with good basic grammar, we must focus first on the vocabulary. So Abdullah and Shah indicated that globalization has placed English to a very important position in Malaysia education. The mastery of curriculum contributes to the pupils' acquisition of 21st century learning. So English is very important in Malaysia because everyone uses English to communicate. In every industry, they will emphasize someone who knows how to use English, be it during the service or even outside the service, for example, during the meeting. So English is very prominent in everyone's life. So next, how can I come out with Voltar? So I come up with Voltar when I found out that I need to teach them vocabulary. So vocabulary and tarsia. Everyone know tarsia. Tarsia is some sort of puzzle, a lot of puzzle, which can be used to teach vocabulary. And with Voltar, teachers are able to create puzzles through various templates using tarsia formulators to ensure collaborative and integration of Voltar in teaching English as the second language could enhance pupils' participation as well as perception towards learning English. They will become more eager to learn since they, and at the same time, they have to compete with others in order to win maybe prizes or next is the objective. There are two objectives. Identify that Voltar learning activity increases the level of motivation among learners to engage in learning the English language. And next, identify the perception of learners towards English language classroom with Voltar. So my participants is from year 4 and year 5, 24 from year 4 and 34 from year 5 through purposive sampling method. I decided to bring the last class for my action research since they need this kind of approach the most in order to be good in English. So next, enriching vocabulary learning through Voltar. So I will touch on three aspects: experiential learning, vocabulary learning, as well as puzzle-based learning. In experiential learning, there are four stages: concrete experience, reflective observation, abstract conceptualization, and active experimentation. In concrete experiences, students will learn the vocab, and maybe some of them already know the word through their experience. Maybe they learn outside, learn indirectly from their parents or from their friends. And then they start to make reflective observation whereby they learn about the arrangement of each alphabet in order to make that word. They learn about the picture of the word, how the word look like, maybe in small exercises, or maybe in spelling, or maybe they write in front of the classroom. And from there, there will be active experimentation whereby the teacher will correct them, will help them in order to learn the correct one, the correct one. For example, how to spell book rather than B-O-K. Maybe the teacher will tell them B-O-O-K is the right spelling. And after that, they will apply it again, the correct one, to the concrete experience once again, whereby they learn the new and correct. Next is vocabulary learning. In vocabulary learning, there are incidental learning and intentional learning. Incidental learning is the process whereby the learner engage while they are with other activity, for example, drawing while learning, maybe observing, or maybe something indirect that happens around them. And intentional learning is something that related to classroom learning, for example, grammar class, listening, speaking, teaching, reading, writing. And puzzle-based learning, Kim and Palek offer a parallel perspective whereby Kim view puzzle as a form of play that need to be solved, where Palek regarded puzzle as a game, problem that requires ingenuity and often persistent in solving assembly. So it would be a good combination whereby the student would love it. They play game, they have to solve something. At the same time, they have to compete to gain something. That's the element of pupils that we need to know. They can't just sit down and do their right and just jot down. That's not. They love it when they found out they have to compete something. And at the same time, we encourage them to communicate about the word, which will retain the memory better. So it's a very good way to teach English. So my method, data and instrument analysis, my research design is by code, instrument, questionnaire, and observation. So based on COP and COP, this is how I apply it. Learners are exposed to hands-on experience by assembling the puzzle. First, they assembling the puzzle, meaning in use of the target vocabulary. For example, the word swim, they have to match the word swim with the correct picture. And then teacher's role was to guide pupils in explaining inconsistency of certain items such that in their vocabulary, something new to them. And this is where the teaching and learning take place through game. So here's my result. So as we can see, yes and no, learner participated actively by showing response to the lessons before doing so. there's no space. But after the Voltar, everyone participated, everyone communicated, everyone collaborated, which is very good. And the motivation, they're motivated enough to they're interested, they help each other. Here we can see 0 before the Voltar, and here is 96.4. I is not 100% because there are some intro, but they are very shy. Whereby I can see through the exercises they can score very well than before, and they can communicate. Some of them won't communicate open their mouth, but they communicate through showing something. Maybe actually this is correct. I think that's the best part about it, even though they didn't communicate loud in front of the class, help each other in the group. And I'm motivated to communicate. Yes, they did communicate and collaborate while learning. Yes, and interested to learn. So we move on to strength and limitation, including suggestion from my action research. So the strength, the involvement of major senses, which are touch, smell, listen. As we all know, we back to basic. We can memorize better when it involves our major senses. For example, a doctor, they can memorize better because after they read, they need to do something in order to memorize it. But this implies to students. I believe that when they arrange the puzzle with the correct picture, they learn to observe. And then they learn to hear, whereby the other person will talk. Oh, this is not correct. This is actually a chicken. This is actually sitting. Not. They will learn. And then they will learn to touch. They touch the picture. And next is improve communication and collaboration skill. Well, undenied because they communicate very well. Yes, they did communicate before, but it's not about the lesson. It's about something else. So during the lesson, they did communicate, even though it is combined with their mother tongue. But it's okay. The last class, so I think it should be accepted. And activate the spirit of doing the puzzle. Well, that's what makes the children. They are very competitive. When we put the element of competition in our lesson, they were eager to learn. That's the thing. And less stressful environment at the same time improve learners' discipline. Why I must say so? Because they know what they are doing. They're in the classroom, and therefore they are not doing anything wrong. They are not talking nonsense or even though disturbing their friends. No, they are focusing on the lesson itself, which is very good. And limitation in some cases, the Volta technique is hard to be implemented, especially in mixed proficiency classroom. Yes, because in the group, they like to they like the power that are given to them. Did not have good English skills, shy, and could not perform in some stages. And at one point, this method only applicable to pupils who already acquired basic vocabulary, which is kind of true. So in English classes, we only have 1 hour the most. In order to make the Volta method to work effectively, the students themselves must have the basic vocabulary from home, from incidental learning. And citation, teachers need to employ more respondents, of course, so that the result will be credible. Yes, obviously, this is my first time doing it in my own school. So I think I should hey, everyone, so that I can see the actual result. The class should comprise one specific group so that the researcher can focus on the effect of Voltar in helping the learners to. Yes, it must be specific. It cannot be some person is very good, some person is just not so good. But when it's very specific, it's very easy. The teachers can provide more specific tasks and help them. So as a conclusion, based on this finding, it is hoped that more teachers will learners show significant increase in level of participation in the way that they are playing, which is something that children will love the most. They love it very much. They can't just tell they love something. So I believe that Volta is a good method since it didn't require any coverage. Teachers can provide it on their own. At the same time, it is applicable to other subjects too. And students can do it at home too. You can provide it as a tool that Volta really helps. So from me, thank you for listening.